Come on in, pull up a chair. Got plastic dreams and chrome everywhere. Model building in retirement, turning memories into scale. Kid reviews and how-to action. Good old Ken will get you through.
Sponsored by Model Makers Workshop. Need parts for your next model project? Model Makers Workshop has you covered with the best aftermarket accessories around. And by Gaahleri, your one-stop shopping for all your airbrush needs. Hello, this is Ken, and thank you for tuning in to the Model Building and Retirement channel. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a bench update and a channel update, if you will. Been a little break in building and putting out videos. Part of it was planned. I did plan on slowing down a little bit and get out there and enjoy the summer months because, you know, in Northeast Ohio, that's a short season, and then even on winter's the same length, winter seems to drag on forever, and summer seems to fly on by. So that was the plan, and then we got hit with two major storms back to back. Well, not back to back, but kind of close. One was July 5th, and one was just about a week ago. I fared pretty lucky compared to some people in my neighborhood. I'll have some trees, or I'll show you some slides as I'm talking about it here. But this is just right on my property right here, some damage that I had on my trees. Ultimately, I'm going to take these trees down because my neighbor two doors down, he had a giant tree fall on a two-car garage in his backyard that had his 55 Chevy fully restored car in it, and they all got destroyed. A major tree just up the street uprooted. Luckily missed everything, but it was massive. In fact, there's a picture of me standing by the stump where it towers over my head. And then a good friend of mine from up the street that I grew up with, his house got totally demolished. It's literally split in two with a big tree. I'm assuming it's an oak tree or something, but massive trunk, came right down on the roof. So I got by pretty lucky. And then I had one day where it was looking like the money pit because I was getting a new roof anyways, because my roof just needed replacement after 19 years. There was some storm damage, but not much. So I had that scheduled. So I'm out there and I got the roofers coming on and doing that job. Then the tree trimmer came, and then if you saw one of the pictures, my electric meter got ripped from the house from one of the trees. So he was there installing that. So a flurry of activity. Almost back to normal now. The roof is done. The tree guy is still going to come back because I'm going to take down two more large trees, and that will eliminate any chance of any big tree ever hitting the house or knocking down my power lines again. So that's an update on that. Kind of unusual to get hit brutally with two storms, but like I said, I got by quite lucky. Another thing that we got to do really fun in July, I think it was July 12th if I'm not mistaken, is the Union Pacific BigBoy 4014 train. It was doing this cross-country trek to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the country. And I saw it briefly in June when it was heading east to Philadelphia, where on Philadelphia it was there for the 4th of July celebration. So we hopped in the Challenger and just blew up Interstate 11 northbound and caught it right at a crossing just as we got out of the car, turned around and came back, went out to dinner. So I have a clip of that showing. Then I knew it was coming back on November 12th. I'm sorry. July 12th, and actually did a whistle stop in Struthers, Ohio, which is a suburb of Youngstown here. And I scoped out the day before on my bike. I rode around the tracks to try to figure out what the best vantage point was, and I found this spot. So we kind of camped out there for a couple hours and had a really nice shot of the train rolling into town. And then as we where it came to a stop was about a half-mile walk down there. And they were expecting a crowd of about 5,000 people, but as you could probably see in this in the clips here I'm showing. I think it was more like 15,000 people, if not more. Major turnout. A lot of fun. So I got to see that. So what else we got going on? A little bit of bench work. The last model that I completed was the Gone in 60 Seconds 71 Mach 1 wrecked version. But now let me just turn on my other camera here and I'll show you the bench here and show you what. Oh, by the way, I went to Hobby Lobby about a week ago, and I've been wanting this Nomad wagon ever since it came out. It was an extremely popular model, and I missed my opportunity first time around back in January and February, and I've been looking for it ever since. They happen to have it there, so I picked up 2 of them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I know that they're just going to be cool builds. I'm probably going to do one like a pro stock actually, and then the other one probably just sort of like a stock car, family sedan or family wagon or something like that. So I'm really glad I finally picked those up, and they were 40% off of that price, so they were just over $20 each. And then the most recent kit that I am building is the 48 Chevy sedan delivery van from Gaahleri Unlimited. So this is the kit here. Now I picked up a long body resin cast from Jimmy Flintstone when I was at NNL East, and my intention was to build it with that and stretch out the frame and everything. But I just wasn't feeling it. I think the short version just looks better. Plus it's going to be just a lot easier build. So I'll just save that long body, and it can sit in a patina junkyard or something when I build one in the future. So anyways, this is going to be two-tone colored. It's painted in the first color now, which is basically a battleship gray, if you will. And I'm going to go with the darker gray two-tone. The fenders and the top section will be a different color. And I'm building this to be my work truck. This will be my second work truck. I'll have a picture of my first truck that I did. But this is for the Acme model show in October. So Mark Badson had put out a request for people to build their shop trucks and show them at Acme. It was either Mark or Fred Henry. I can't remember. I think it was Mark Badson. Anyways, I did up some decals here. So this, as heard on the Model Building and Retirement radio show, being that it's a 1940s car, I thought that would look cool on it. That'll go on the door panels here. This goes in the back window. Model Building and Retirement Incorporated, Youngstown, Ohio. And another sticker for the windows here. So that's my build. I just started working on it. I just finally got the color on it today, and that's after about 2 weeks of not touching any models. Speaking of painting, I did update my booth. If you recall, I had a paste spray booth in my basement, and I did not have a window to vent out of, so I had a little walkout basement, door. And what I did is I would just open that door and vent outside on a nice day, but that was impractical for a lot of the parts of the seasons around here. So I did a complete upgrade and moved that to a new area and installed proper ventilation to the outside. So now I can spray anything. I'm going to show you that clip there. I'll show you my new thing. We'll be right back. I thought I'd take a minute and show you my new spray booth setup that I did here. You may recall that I used to have it right here in front of this little storage closet. It used to be on a little 2x6 table, my Pace Mini airbrush booth here, and it had the exhaust fan on top with a piece of ductwork, but I didn't have any place to vent it, and I don't have any windows in the basement. Luckily, I do have a walkout basement, so in fair weather, I would be able to just run my hose out and crack the door like that and run the hose out the door. Well, that was all fine and dandy unless it was pouring down rain. If it was nighttime, bugs can get in. Extremely windy would be an issue. And of course, in the wintertime when it was really cold, 10 degrees, 5 degrees, 0 degrees, a little nasty, I wouldn't want to have that door open. So then what I would do is in the wintertime, I would shoot acrylic, water-based acrylics so that they didn't create too many fumes. But that limits my ability to do different kind of paint jobs. Now, I also had a charcoal canister when I couldn't use the door. I vented to a charcoal canister that uses it just below the booth there. But I've got to be honest, that really, for me, didn't work well. Solvent-based paints just have too many fumes, and you can still stink up the basement pretty bad here. So what I ended up doing is I cleared out all the stuff in the closet and moved my booth inside. So let's get a closer look. Okay, so let's take a little closer look at my new booth. It's a booth within a booth because we're in a closet now. So this is like a double containment area here. So I got my little table moved inside. I got a power strip where, you know, all the power goes into, and I got a single switch that can turn everything on and off. And then over here I've got my airbrush inventory. I got some nice LED lighting going on. My camera boom set up. A little shelving area here to my left where I can store my paints and thinners or whatnot. My respirator. Up above, I've got my furnace, or not furnace filters, but my airbrush filters and some other supplies. And then down below here is my Gaahleri 2-person compressor. But the big reason I did all this is because I now have ventilation running right out to the outside. And let me turn that booth on for just a second. You can hear it. So we'll be able to vent to the outside, and when I got fumes going on, I can just step out of the room, close this door, and just let this little booth evacuate all the odor, and I think I'm going to be good to go. Let's go outside. I'll show you how that connects. Close that door and just let that dissipate. And let me show you how I got that vented outside. Take a walk outside here. So I just drilled right in my block wall here with a diamond bit blade. And that's a little louvered exhaust fan, so the louver's closed when you're not running it. But you can probably hear that. Put the microphone right. There you go, microphone. So anyways, I'm really happy with that setup because now I can spray anytime, day or night, any weather conditions, whether it's hot, cold, raining, snowing, whatever. So pretty excited about that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you my new setup there. I think that's going to work really well for me. I'll be able to spray solvent-based paints, which are still my favorites, although I do like the water-based acrylics too, at least the Kaleido brand. So on my videos, if I say, okay folks, I just came out of the closet, it's not what you think. Remember this video? It's this closet with the spray booth in it. So when I say I'm out of the closet, it's this closet. So anyways, I thought I'd share that with you. Thank you. So that's my new booth setup. A little bit cramped getting in there, but I bought that little chair. I bought a little chair that just fits inside the doorway, and my elbows fit inside the doorway, so I got room to work. And then as soon as I'm done, I can close that door, just let that thing just dissipate any fumes out of the way. So pretty excited about that. You know, I think now I'll be able to spray lacquers and enamels and water-based acrylics and you name it. So kind of excited about that. Also, we got my live streams first Friday of every month at 8 p.m. So my next show is coming up on August 7th, 2026, just about a week and a half away. And my guest is going to be Jerome Andrews from Models by Roni. A good friend of mine, and he's from Ohio area too. We met at a show last year, so I think that's going to be a good show. He sent me a bunch of pictures. We're going to take a look at that. Just having a good time, but I wanted to update everybody because I haven't been doing a whole lot, and I had a couple people asking if I was okay because I guess I usually put out a video once a week or whatnot. But, you know, like I said, there was a planned break, and then the weather kind of just created a bigger planned break. So, well, I'm still going to enjoy the weather, but today was a rainy day, so I am working on the build here a little bit, and we'll get back out of the way. But, you know, come the fall and the winter, I'm going to be back full-fledged. You know, we'll be hitting it hard and doing lots of videos and lots of builds. So, okay, so I just wanted to update you guys, the Model On, and good talking to you, and we'll see you next time. And make sure you join my live stream on August 7th. See you then. Have a good day. Bye.